You are watching Trends. Every Thursday, we take a peek at the future to see what's ahead of us. Why you should post less and live more. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Hello, Aluxers, and welcome back. This is not a video about quitting social media. Instead, we're going to try to make a case of how small shifts in your behavior can lead to a happier and fuller life. By the end of this video, we hope you'll reconsider when you should share and when you should experience for yourself. Real and now are the new luxuries. Introduction. We as humans have evolved into some sort of hybrid, not yet robotic, but somewhere in between. A form of Homo sapiens 1.6, like we're in the middle of a transition. Just 15 years ago, we were all members of certain groups, our family, our neighbors, and our workmates, with the occasional hobby and friend group. But then, the internet sparked into existence with more of these relationships moving to the cloud. You don't visit family as often because you're keeping up with what they do on Facebook. Your cousin had a child. They posted about it on Facebook. We don't talk to neighbors anymore. We are individuals with individual lives, crammed into our boxes. Our digital friend groups are in the thousands, yet in our personal lives, the circle has gotten so small it includes just yourself and maybe your loved one and the family dog. The new reality. When we were younger, we heard a quote that goes like this: "If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound?" You're probably familiar with that one, right? We never fully grasped the meaning behind it until years later, and we believe this same philosophical thought has evolved with technology as well. Here's where it's at today. If you did something amazing and didn't post it on social media, does it even matter? Because our schedules are so incredibly full with to-do lists and projects in the works, we're struggling to maintain some sort of individuality. Social media has programmed us to get small dopamine rushes every time people acknowledge our existence. That compliment, those likes coming in, even just picking up the phone tickles something within us with excitement and the potential of something amazing. People post on social media to remind the world they exist. Hey, look, I'm doing things. I'm alive and well. I'm experiencing life too. Because without this, they would drown in the noise and fade back into anonymity, and nobody hates anything more than not feeling special. The social media paradox. We changed social media. We changed it with our behavior. We no longer show our reality. We construct and post the reality we wish other people saw us in. That's why everybody is living their best lives on social media, up to a point where people end up wishing they actually lived like they're posting or seeing others post. The problem here is that if this is what you compare your existence with, an artificial world, carefully edited, color-graded, hand-picked angles in the best possible light, what does your real life look like? Almost definitely not as good, so you feel like shit. People you don't know are now affecting the way you feel and manifest your existence. So where is the paradox? The paradox lies in the cost of creating this artificial reality. The picture-perfect lifestyle comes at the cost of not getting to experience it yourself. In order to manufacture that Instagram-perfect candid moment, it takes hours of planning, of traveling, of waiting in airports, moving decor and furniture around, lights, makeup, outfits, over 50 takes from each angle, all aided by others. Then it's time to waste hours going through that footage and hand-picking those few that are worth editing. After a few more hours in Photoshop and Lightroom, where we remove all the items in the background that were not supposed to be in the frame, elongating the legs just a bit, making your skin look a bit better than it really does. Now add in colors the eye never saw in reality. We're ready to think about the caption that's supposed to show the world that we're not just superficial. We understand the world and we know something they don't. Then we post and voila! Thousands of people we don't know now envy this persona we've molded and would gladly trade places with the person in the photo, without realizing that he or she isn't really experiencing what you're seeing, very much the same way James Bond doesn't actually jump off a bridge. You're just led to believe that he does. It's a modern version of smoke and mirrors, only with lights and tiny screens. The impact of fake reality. The biggest impact these platforms have relates to the way we perceive our lives and our existence. Here are the most common effects of these fake realities we consume and craft. 1. Self-Esteem Metric. The way you feel about yourself is determined by the engagement of others. 2. Decision fatigue. We question even basic things based on our digital experiences. 3. Loss of motivation. Your brain no longer feels motivated to get back to your daily grind once you've already gone through other people's miracle lives. 4. Delayed goal achievement. This one's pretty obvious. If you're wasting time, you're not making any progress toward your own goals. 5. Reduced life satisfaction. The more you browse, the shittier your own life feels. 6. Unrealistic expectations. Because you're only engaging with the most trending posts, the world you see is thrilling, filled with adventure and premium experiences, and you expect your life to be just like that. 7. Poorer health. The average 30-year-old in the developing world now spends approximately 11 hours per day in front of a screen, at work, at home, or in transit. 8. Opportunity cost. In the time you spend on social media, you could actually build yourself new, more valuable relationships. 9. Echochamber bias. Because of technology, you're now being fed mostly information you already agree with, which results in an inability to grow and learn from different points of view. 10. Illusions of grandeur. It's easy to think you're important if you have 1 million followers, but this has very little impact on who you are as a person and the relationships you have with others. You're just a person who increased a number on a screen in a game-like platform. The moment you walk outside of that game, you're not a better person than anyone else. The good versus the bad. Here's where people get confused and don't know exactly what to do with themselves. The foundation of this relationship you have with the digital world should always begin here. Social media is a tool. Some people use tools to build value, and others harm themselves in the process of trying to do what they've seen other people do. In order to not fall into the trap of getting sucked into the social media void, limit the number of photos you take, only to moments which are worth remembering. Snap 1 or 2 pictures, then put your phone back in your pocket and proceed to experience that moment for yourself. This was one of the benefits of having old technology. With a film camera, you got 30 pictures in total, so you had to think about what you were going to capture. There was a filter in place. Now, value is drowned out by the noise of taking hundreds of pictures you'll never go through. Share the things you find exciting and interesting, but share them in the same way you would put them in a family album, for safekeeping, not driven by the desire to fulfill the thirst of people you don't know. If used correctly, you'll begin to love your life and will be able to see through the smoke and mirrors. The bad side has to do with people you follow, how much time you spend on each platform, and if these platforms have your best interests at heart. This is the perfect opportunity to clean up your feed. Go through the list of profiles you follow and trim it down. You'll find that over a third of the people that take time out of your day are no longer providing you with value or entertainment. Do this regularly, and you'll start to love social media again, since you'll be getting better and better content. Secondly, social media is not your window to the world, so do not treat it as such. You're not alive through social media. You are alive now. Be great at being alive now. As of 2019, the average person spends close to 3 hours per day on social media. If you add all that up, almost 1 full day per week is you looking at other people's content. It's not all bad, but figure out what's entertainment, what's noise, and what is actually helping you grow. The last item on the list has to do with how we form opinions and how these tools are being used to alter your perception of reality. Critical thinking doesn't occur when we're living in echo chambers. Because of the way the algorithms are set up, you'll get more content you already agree with. You'll engage more with folks that speak to your beliefs. And this is a dangerous rabbit hole. Corporations and companies have been using this structure to shift perceptions, your attitude, and the way you behave. This is why it's never been more important than now to start using safety filters. The first step into taking control of your data and online presence is by using a VPN. If you go to Alux.com/VPN and sign up using the code ALUX, you'll get 75% off your 3-year plan and a full month to try it out for free. As you already know, we partnered with the great folks at NordVPN because that's the service that we personally use. It's easy to use, and they jumped at the opportunity to give something back to the Alux community. These types of services are more and more common, especially today. Consider a VPN like gloves for using this tool called social media. Without understanding both the positives and the negatives of this medium, we're left drifting without control. Conclusion. The goal of this piece was for you to restart your relationship with social media and real life. Experience your life through your own eyes first, and then through the lens of your smartphone. If you're using social media professionally, know where to draw the line between work and reality. Don't allow yourself to become the product of your own online presence and the captive of your audience. You are what you live, not what others think you are. Question. Here's an interesting point to begin a discussion. Which social media platform do you spend most of your time on? Let us know in the comments, and also tell us what you use it for. We'll be sifting through your responses and jumping in and out of interesting conversations as we always do. The story continues on Instagram and Twitter, so make sure to follow us there. And since you're still watching this video, might as well reward you with a bonus, right? Here it is. Bonus. Your social media actions can now have ripple effects into the future. People don't get the job they wanted because of their social media. What you need to realize is that when someone meets you, they have a direct resume of who you are as a person in these online photos, and they will definitely judge a book by the highlights you post. As future billionaires, everything you do and say in both private conversations and public forums can and probably will be used against you in court. They will look at your tweets and craft compelling arguments against you. They will draw correlations about you and other people who've behaved in similar ways. They will label you according to who you follow and interact with. We're already seeing this with both billionaires like Mark Cuban and internet personalities like Jordan Peterson and Philip DeFranco. We'd like to take a moment to thank you for taking this time and investing in yourself. You could have spent these past few minutes mechanically scrolling through Instagram, yet you chose to spend them here, digging in with yourself to see if you can improve who you are. For that, we have to say thank you and congratulations. If you've watched up to this point and will make the decision to be more aware of your real life, please write the word alive in the comments. We can't wait to hear if you see a difference in your life after altering your social media behaviors. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos for you to watch next. As always, the conversation continues on social media. Thanks again, and we can't wait to have you back tomorrow.